What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is on the pros and cons of WrestleMania 38 and what exactly could we expect to see happen. Give me a second, I need to move my desk back a little bit and my camera, hang on. There we go. Sorry guys, I had to adjust my desk and my camera a little bit. Anyway, the pros and cons of WrestleMania. You guys know that over the last couple years, WrestleMania has emanated across two nights. The last couple years. The first time was obviously back in 2020 at WrestleMania 36, where we had 18 matches on the card. 18. 9 for each night. And it was probably by far the most cringe WrestleMania ever because of excuse me. Mainly because of the fact that there were no fans. Because of COVID, there were no fans. There were no fans whatsoever, and it was... I don't even know. I could not even tell you. Last year's WrestleMania had 14 matches on the card, with 7 being on each end. And I must admit, it was, excuse me. I must admit, last year's WrestleMania was kind of a unique one. I mean, sure, we got to see, Drew McIntyre battle for the WWE title, with the fans, but it just didn't feel right. But now, we're at a point now where WrestleMania will be at full capacity, depending on what goes on over in Texas, of course. So, the card as it stands right now, we have Reigns versus Lesnar for both the WWE and the Universal titles, which is winner take all. Apparently, they're going to unify the titles, which I don't think that's right. I don't think they should, but still. We have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title. We have Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title. We have The Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. Edge versus AJ Styles. Carmella and Queen Zelina against Team Bat, or I guess the Boston Glow Connection, as I call them. Liv for Brutality, which is Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And of course, Natalya and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team titles. We have Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory, which is going to be an interesting one. Technically, it's an inter-promotional match because Pat McAfee's on SmackDown. Austin Theory is a part of Raw. So if you factor that in, it counts as an inter-promotional match. We have Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville, where anything goes, or I guess technically called No Holds Barred. Excuse me. We have the Usos versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And then, of course, we have RK Bro versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles, if they make it official, which I don't think they will, but we will see. We will see in the tonight. We will find out if it does get made official tonight on Raw, but only time will tell. But I have to admit, the card as it stands right now seems decent, to be honest. I mean, yeah, sure. The top 3 matches that will steal the show will indeed be Reigns versus Lesnar, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, and Edge versus AJ Styles. But the only downside is the fact that the card might not be as exciting as people think, you know? So, the way I see it, if you look at some of these matches, you know, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin, that's gonna be a squash match. It's gonna be one of the biggest squash matches ever, because Happy Corbin, yes, he did win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Yes, he did win Money in the Bank. Yes, he did win the United States title. Those don't mean anything when you're someone like Drew McIntyre, who's been a 2-time WWE champion, a 2-time tag team champion, a former Intercontinental champion, a former NXT champion, and a Royal Rumble winner. That right there speaks volume compared to someone like Happy Corbin. So this match is it's gonna be a throwaway. It's gonna be a throwaway. I'm presuming they may put this on the kickoff show, which is a possibility. But there's been rumors. Speaking on that, there's been rumors going around saying that it's possible that the kickoff shows, excuse me, for both night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania will go 2 hours, which makes no sense whatsoever. It does not make any sense whatsoever. 1 hour, I don't mind. I don't mind it being an hour, but 2 hours, not the best option to be honest. Now, as far as a match like, say, Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios, that match is going to be a massive throwaway, because because this match not only is a way to get, put Logan Paul in his first ever WWE match, but it's a way to put Ray's son Dom over with the fans even further, knowing full well that this will be his first WrestleMania ever, his WrestleMania debut, which is going to be very intriguing to say the very least. This will be an intriguing one, in my personal opinion. Another thing that can go totally wrong is the fact that, well, if Becky Lynch were to retain her Raw Women's title, Charlotte and the match between Flair and Rousey gets in the way. Becky Lynch gets involved. It becomes a triple threat once again. It'll be WrestleMania 35 all over again, and none of us want that. None of us want that. And if you hear background noises, that's my mom's dogs. They're scratching the door. I was gonna open the door for them right before I started recording, but I completely forgot. So I do apologize to them. But anyway, yeah, it becomes a triple threat, and it becomes another throwaway match. Let's just keep it real on that. Now, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory, on the other hand, that I can get by with. I think that match just might be the sleeper of the match. People might not think that this match will be good, but people forget he competed at NXT TakeOver 30 back in 2020 to against I believe it was against Adam Cole. Yeah, Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole, against Adam Cole back when he was still a part of NXT, and then didn't compete until later that year inside of War Games against the Undisputed Era, which featured him, Pete Dunne, or who I guess now is called Butch, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan, both of which sadly got released from WWE, which is unfortunate. And that was a hell of a match, but Undisputed Era pulled it off. But that was where everything started with Adam Cole. With Adam Cole and the NXT title, Kyle O'Reilly, it was just nuts. It was absolutely just it was absolutely undescribable, in my honest opinion. It was undescribable. You cannot explain how sad it was for the Undisputed Era to just crumble like that. I don't even know. So those are just some of the cons of WrestleMania itself. As far as as far as the venue goes, I think one of the biggest cons is the fact that they don't sell enough tickets, because because when they announced the tickets for WrestleMania that have going on sale, from what I've seen, not a lot of people bought tickets to WrestleMania because they believe that it's just gonna be another squash WrestleMania like it was the last decade. Some people are believing in that bullshit. Honestly, I don't. I think what I'm gonna do on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, is I'm gonna be doing a top 10 WrestleMania matches of all time. So if you guys do want to see that, let me know in the comments. Even though I'll probably do it anyway, but if you guys do want to see it, let me know in the comments. But again, I probably might do it anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. What other content I feel like I could make. But we'll see. We'll see. I might do that top 10. But yeah. But yeah, another big con is the fact that there might not be enough tickets to sell, and they may have to down the price of the tickets so they could sell them and get the show going. Which I don't know. That's kind of sus in my honest opinion. I know those are just some of the cons that I feel like are the main problems that can go on, that can go with WrestleMania. But as far as some of the pros of this card of WrestleMania, one, they could break the record of WrestleMania 32's record, which I believe was 101,000, if I'm right on that. I think, let me see. Yeah, actually, truth be told, it was actually the first page of my book. First page of my book, show it right here. The first page, first page of my book. I know you guys can't see it, but yeah, that was the first page of my book, of this book that I did, was actually WrestleMania 32, funny enough. And, let's see. Yeah, 101,763, and the card was pretty much what you would normally see with a typical WrestleMania. You know, 11 to 12 matches on the card. All the titles get defended. Not much to say about that. So for WrestleMania 32, we had Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the WWE title. We had Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. We had Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar back when Ambrose was still in WWE in a no-holds-barred street fight. We had Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch to not only retire the Divas title, but to reintroduce the WWE Women's title, or I guess now the Raw Women's title to be more exact. We had Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States title. We had the New Day versus the League of Nations. And then of course we had the Usos versus the Dudleys in a kickoff show. We had AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. And then of course we had the ladder match, which featured Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Zack Ryder, and The Miz. And Ryder ended up winning that ladder match. And then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which actually featured Baron Corbin picking up that victory. And then of course we had Team Total Divas, which featured Paige, Natalya, Brie Bella, Alicia Fox, and Eva Marie back when she was still a part of WWE, against Team Bad and Blonde, which was Lana, Summer Rae, Tamina, Emma, and Naomi. And the Hall of Fame inductees was stacked. I mean, you had Sting, The Godfather, The Fabulous Freebirds, The Big Boss Man, Miss Jacqueline, Stan Hansen, and then for the Warrior Award, you had Joan London, and then the celebrity inductee was Snoop Dogg, which was insane. This card was stacked. Now this card on the other hand for WrestleMania 38 might not be as stacked as people think. Yes, we will be seeing most of these titles get defended, but to be fair, we might not see the Intercontinental title get defended. Which is a possibility. It is a possibility. It's happened several times in the past where the Intercontinental title or the United States title does not get defended. There's been rumors going around saying that we might see Damian Priest versus the Demon Finn Balor. If that were to be the case, we all know what's going to happen. Demon Balor wins. Let's just keep it real on that. So all in all, those are just some of the different pros and cons that we might see that will or could potentially take place at WrestleMania. But another major pro is the main event of night 2. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. The biggest pro is seeing this match inside Hell in a Cell. The only way to end one of the most storied rivalries in my personal opinion, since Rock versus Austin. Reigns and Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. This would cap off the most storied rivalry ever, in my opinion. I don't know if they will make that official, but only time will tell. I will be doing a prediction video sometime in the next week. I think it's going to be in the next week. I need to look at my calendar really quickly. Let's see. I don't want week. I want month. There we go. So next week I will be doing a prediction video for so sometime next week I will be doing the prediction videos for both NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania. So I think a week from tomorrow, so next Tuesday I'll be doing the prediction video for Stand and Deliver. Wednesday I'll do the prediction video for WrestleMania, and then on that Sunday I'll be doing the results of both nights. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But that brings me to the question of the day. Which of these matches among the card as it sits now, which match do you guys think will be the match of the year? Let me know in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Monday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any family you guys want to send me, and you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.